We are looking at Concord. Concord in English is otherwise known as agreement. And now, agreement between what? It's agreement between subject and verb. At other times, we can also have such concept as agreement between a pronoun and its antecedent. But here we are looking at concord in the area of subject and verb. Now, for us to understand this topic more, we need to look at the concept of subject. What is a subject in English? Subject in a sentence. The subject is that person or thing that performs an action in a sentence. So, we can take an example such as this. She cooks every day. What is the subject of this sentence? The subject is she. And now, we also have a verb. That verb is cooks. And now, the concept we are looking at is that there should be an agreement between this subject and verb. Take a look at it. If we should say, they cooks every day, how will it sound? Awkward. So this is the concept we are looking at. There are more complexities involved in this concept than we are just looking at. Now, we have understood subject. We may need to look at a few other things. For example, we will need to define first the fact that concord has to do with agreement between the subject and the verb in person and number. We just looked at she. She is singular. And then we can talk of the plural of she. That plural will be they. So when we talk of number, we're either looking at either singular or plural subject. But then we have subject in form of the noun and subject in form of the pronoun. So we take subject in form of a noun. How do we form the number here? If it's a noun, for example, a common noun, such as boy, the singular will be a boy or the boy, while the plural will be boys with addition of s. Of course, there are more rules in terms of singular and plural formation in English, but the simple example there shows that we have the singular and we have the plural. But then we can come to the area of pronoun. So, because the subject is either it's a noun or it's a pronoun. The other forms of subject, such as a verb operating as a subject where it becomes a gerund, but we are looking at basic nouns or pronouns in this case. So if it is pronoun, what forms of number do we have in the case of pronoun? Now, we have what we call the first person pronoun, the second person pronoun, and the third person pronoun. They also have their numbers in terms of being singular or plural. Let us take the case of first person pronoun. The first person pronoun. What is the singular form of the first person pronoun? We have I. Singular. What about the plural form? The plural form is we. This gives you the number when it comes to the first person pronoun. First person pronoun I usually agrees with a singular verb, such as I am for present tense, and then I was for past tense. But when it comes to the use of main or lexical verbs, it will no longer be taking the singular verb. It will take the plural verb. So instead of, we have the case of she cooks the other time, remember? Now, if it comes to the first person pronoun I, when it comes to a main verb such as cook, what we'll have is not going to be I cooked, but it will be I cook. So you must note this, the fact that when for first person pronoun I, its main verb will be the plural verb. Now we want to talk about the second person pronoun. The second person pronoun is usually you. Singular, you, plural. However, whether you are using it as singular or as plural, it would take the plural verb. So if we take an auxiliary verb, for example, what we're going to have is you are my friend. Plural. This you could refer to one person, could also refer to more than one person. That is why the second person pronoun I always take a plural verb, whether auxiliary verb or a main verb.